I bet you missed out on a lot of my good advice. Because I became a robot. See, I'm no longer a robot. I'm free! I want to go run in a stream! It's Sploot night, everybody. Get your super soakers and paint rollers ready and... you know, we'll have fun. After we can't skip this. So, once again, the question has arisen, when Metopia? Probably gonna get it tomorrow. Alright. People wanted to know why there's an emote called Vine Ryzen in the chat. It's because, if you missed it, it's from this. Which, I was bored one night while I was trying to stream. I got an upload speed of 0.2 Mbps. And so I made this image while offline, because this was on their speed test. And, well... whenever my Verizon goes down, I tweet this to Verizon, and somehow magically my internet problems are fixed. I don't know how it works. It's worked almost every time. And then usually like a Verizon bot will contact me and be like, "Hello, sir, can I help you?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're a bot." Sometimes when people reply to old tweets of mine that have Verizon tagged in it, they will be asked if they need help by the Verizon bot. Alright, I think I'm ready for a couple of new, amiibo things right now. My level is high enough. Let me go do that. Oh fuck, the padding came off on my headset. It's an easy fix. It's an easy fix. But you're gonna hear some jostling noises. So, I have these, custom... what do we even call them? Just padding that goes around the headphones. And, you know, stuff that your head touches. Just padding? Yeah, so... Anyway, they're not custom so much as they're not officially made by AKG. Because they're nice and you can hear better with them. And they're really comfortable and nice. So. But the problem is they don't fit 100%. Yeah, because you can call them a cushion. Splatoon. School shoes, huh? Squid Radio song? Oh, okay. Thanks. Play the music minigame? I didn't know there was a music minigame. Splunge. Power boots. Take a shelfie. But what do you mean it's not an amiibo? It's the fucking boy. Hey, dude, you were called not an amiibo. How does that feel, Ron? Ron Zertnert. You may notice I'm now wearing a leather jabroni hat. Jesus. Oh man, I saw an amazing one. I mean, there's so much of this that's incredible. But, you guys gotta see this one. Actually, there is a chance it's somewhere. It's somewhere in my, plaza. Let's see. No. So far, no. Oh, that one's cool. People have learned how to do shading. If only they would make it easier. God. Oh, Jesus. Well. I'm gonna stay out of that one. I wonder if that's gonna be a future Splatfest. Not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Anyway. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. I couldn't believe this. When you and your homie picked the same Splatfest team. When you and your homie picked the same Splatfest team. This is getting insane and it needs to be stopped now. The plaza was a bad idea. They need to just stop this. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. On second thought, don't stop it, because look at this. Jesus. What is this? The realistic ones are created by a scripted controller. Right, I heard about that. I can't actually start the music. Vinny, you make music? I do. I do. Google Redvox, R-E-D space V-O-X, and avoid Blood Bagel at all costs. How's that sound? Right. I'm trying to play the music. Oh. So, on second thought, do not Google Redvox. And no, I do not make music. That was an incorrect statement. Vinny, you changed the difficulty to get hard. But the difficulty got hard? Yeah, no, it was, yeah, I think that was hard difficulty, huh? Good for me. Vinehard. they used to import it with the Switch Fight Stick. I wonder how sales of the Fight Stick have increased as a direct result of Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. The ingenuity of some people. So I'm using the 52 gal, which is a play on words. I'm sure you knew that. Great. It has like a ball. It's got like a disease ball that you get to roll around in if you're so inclined. But I don't like the sub-weapon. It's a really, really good weapon. It's very powerful. Its range is kinda short, but it's a very cool weapon. Very cool. Alright, here we go, the Sphere of Fear. Oh, fuck. I thought I was, like, at a ramp. Yeah. Well, you know, I've actually been playing this mostly on the Switch console, and I know my aim is absolutely atrocious right now, but I have to kind of adjust a little bit to the Pro Controller. So give me like a couple... give me a couple matches, and let's see... Let's see if I do any better in a couple of matches. And we'll take it from there. Uh-oh. Backflip! I swear I was just doing well with this. I was at the studio, I played for like an hour. Did great. Did great. If you could believe it. I'm gonna do that again. Actually, I was using the dual squelchers. I was using the dual felchers. Yeah. I'll use that in a bit. Let me try this one a couple more times. I'm gonna actually get good with the Sphere of Fear. Ah, not this level. I don't like this level for Rainmaker. I like this level for specialty modes, like where you just cover the level. But I don't really care for Rainmaker on this level. Vinny, have you watched new Rick and Morty? I did watch new Rick and Morty, and I thought it was a very solid episode, mate. I'm useful up here. Look useful. Yeah. There's 2 episodes. I saw the previous one on April Fools. So they aired that months ago. But the one with the arm, yes, I've seen that one. I really like that one. Morty, you confirmed for arms now, Morty! There it is. That's the place I tried to go before. I'm wondering if I'm ever gonna get a single kill with that ball. No. No, no, no. No, I'm here. The sphere of fear is here. I'm here. Good, yeah, good, special! Oh, he fell off the level? Fuck. Oh, no! The Dual Squelchers has probably one of the better specials for this game mode. Or just in general, actually. The Tenta Launcher. What? Yeah, oh, okay then. Whatever just happened there. Turns out I'm the chosen one now. Scheisse. Oh, I saw there's so many kills that I could have gotten made. I could have gotten made kills. That makes no sense. I could have got. Sure do love that suicide button. Oh, I mean teleport button. The one that teleports you, I mean. Be good support now for our teammate. We're not gonna win this. Vinny, there's a Switch system update. It didn't actually happen. My Switch didn't update. Added stability for a more pleasurable gaming experience. And like you know, you update it, and then you leave the controller on your lap, and you just have the best orgasm of your life. You read the patch notes, and it says more pleasurable and pleasureful experience. HD Rumble. Come on, we can do this. Yeah. 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 Oh! Yeah. Fuck that ball so much. Fuck. They gotta get the Rainmaker real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Oh no. Oh no. Come on! Three losses in a row. Having a good time. Having such a good time. I love sad squid music, so it's a good thing I hear it a lot. Okay, I think it's time for some felching. What do you think? Salmon Run is not available tonight. Oh, you want me to do Salmon Run? Oh, that's a good joke. That is a great joke that you've made there. Use a roller? Not for this. And I suck with rollers to begin with, so this is not the right game mode for rollers for me. I have not seen the latest Best of the Worst, and I am excited to watch it after I'm done streaming, and hopefully I will fall asleep to it. Well, actually, I don't want to fall asleep to it, but I do. Maybe I shouldn't watch it tonight. Okay, I'll watch it tomorrow. Oh, but there was a new episode of Preacher tonight. Let them have it. Just fucking let him have it. Good shit! So these have a bit more range, and they have a better special. So... Fuck! Just when I got my special, too, I had to pick up the fucking Rainmaker. Damn it, that was a waste. Yeah! My entire team is dualies. Yeah, I didn't even fucking realize that. We do not have a lot of diversity on this team. But I mean, take a look at the weapon choice on both teams. It's not very different. You're not gonna see any rollers, there's no snipers. It's all the same, like, type of weapon generally. See, those missiles are motherfuckers. You really think that they're easy to avoid, and they are sometimes, but other times, it's like... Christ. Ah! Absolutely, absolutely, I'm playing so great. Didn't dodge out of the way, didn't move when the missiles came. I wonder if this has anything to do with the idea that I'm streaming live. I don't care about you guys. No, I'm kidding, I do. But I'm just saying, like, I wonder if me doing well earlier and me sucking now has anything to do with the fact that I'm now live. Probably not. Just have fun. That's good advice. Have fun doesn't win any... Having fun doesn't win any matches, though. Kingsway stole all your luck. I believe it. I believe it. This is death. Or not. Oh, that's game. I'm having fun! Huh? Oh yeah, Hans Zimmer is helping compose Blade Runner now. Apparently the dude they got, I forget his name, but he can't do the whole soundtrack, like it's too daunting of a task or something. So Hans Zimmer is there. I mean, I like Hans Zimmer. I don't know if his style will fit Blade Runner. I think he'll probably alter what he does a bit, and it's gonna be fine. I don't think you've ever won this game mode during a stream. You know what's funny about Rainmaker? Look at... I have a C+ rank. This is the only one I have a C+ rank on. This is the one I do the best on when I don't stream this. I'm also drinking a bottle of Poland Spring that tastes very slightly like grass. I'm not sure if it's a feature or a glitch, but it tastes like grass. New grass-flavored soda. Grass-flavored water, soda, seltzer. Mmm. So you'll notice this does way less damage than the 52 gal. Range is ridiculous, though. Oh, fuck. Nice. Come on, get me into squid mode. Yeah, get me into squid. Where is the fucking... Where's the pedestal? I don't know where the pedestal is. God damn, this fucking Rainmaker is so clunky. I actually didn't know where the pedestal was. So that was cool. But I think we can still do this. We're making a good push. Go. I freaked out too. I freaked the fuck out. That was just me freaking out. I should have fucking fired a shot and then just squidded along, but that's okay, we won. I learned from my mistakes. Unlike Jaime Lannister. They are making a meme movie because of the Emoji Movie. I seriously hope you're telling a lie. Starring, who would play Doge? Guys, who would play Doge? Ian McKellen? Who else do we respect that we would no longer like to respect? So that their mouth can come from a Doge and they can cash a $10 million check. Please, God, anything but this level. Whoa, that was awesome. Push, 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 push. All four of them. I fucking got all four of them. I may only kill one or two, but it's enough of a diversion. Yeah! Wow! That's not the first time I've seen that, but it fucking is amazing is what it is. That should be an achievement. News of a meme movie gave you power. Oh, come on. There's no way this is real. Following a troll face named Trollo, his friends Dat Boy and popular WWE champion and wrestler John Cena, and their adventures through cyberspace and internet forums. Well, I wanna go home. No, that's not real. That's not real. However, John Cena could play himself at the very least. Fuck yeah. I told you, just give me a match or two. Yes, attack me. Yes. Yes, attack me. Yeah. Vinny, is it weird that I'm dying on the inside while watching this?
Well, excuse me, Mr. Expert. Why don't you go play in a tournament if you can't enjoy me playing this game poorly?
Yeah. I mean, here I am winning matches. I'm sorry I'm not winning matches as well as you want me to. If you want me to win matches better, I'll go and practice. I swear, I'll go practice, and then I can be better and win matches even better. I got this. Here, let me be more impressive somehow. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Am I pro yet? Mate, I think you're going the wrong way. Good quality teammate. To be fair, I probably have done that a number of times.
Oh, great!
Damn it. Kill for a kill. This is a very close match. Didn't the guy who invented Trollface... I like that someone invented Trollface. It just always seemed to have emerged, like, from a democracy. But, yeah, I think he got upset when people were selling meme face, t-shirts at Hot Topic. I seem to remember that being a thing, yeah.
Oh, great, great!
I used my fucking missiles on one dude. I got it really close. It's gonna be tough for them to beat that. Ah! Mike Love wants royalties. Mike Love wants royalties for the Vinesauce stream because I've said words that he said at some point in his life. He's gonna sue. We got this. We're not gonna win by anything fancy, but as soon as that timer runs out, we got this. Jesus, Diego with the 29 kills. Oh no, I'm in B rank now. I'm fucked. So now, I'm going to do something really stupid and use a weapon that I'm not good with. League battles, but are more hardcore. Oh. Mode tower control. I'm fucked. A couple people recommended I try the Octo Brush. What, you have to join a group of people? Alright, never mind. You need at least 2 people to join in. Oh. League is ranked with friends. That makes sense. Great. My favorite level. I understand that one of the keys to this weapon is being stealthy. Shit.
Go. Mr. Body Massage Machine. It's a good weapon. It is definitely a fucking cool weapon. Oh no! The knockback from the shot propelled me into the abyss. Fuck. Safe with you. Go. Don't squander. Don't fogle your life. Oh shit, we're all the way right there. We're right there. It's not gonna be good. We're probably, I mean, we can win this. We can win this by the time running out. That was a really good last second push. Nah, mate. Nah, mate. Is good. I think I like this weapon. I think I like this weapon. But what are next? As long as the cat's okay with it. Oh, a bunch of new shit. Splatter scope. Splat charger with an added scope. More long distance, more effective long distance aiming. We had to nix the ability to store your charge. Oh, fuck. Tri-Slosher. Don't I have this already? But it's got different specials, I guess. Wait, maybe I don't have the Tri-Slosher. Well, I want to try this first, and then Tri-Slosh. What do I have already? I have some bucket.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, no, I have this. I have this, just the slosher. Normal slosh. I've done Tri-Slosh in Salmon Run. Please no eat squids. Yeah, I can test them, but I want to bring them into battle. As much as you can test, you really want to see how they hold up in battle. I'm just gonna do regular battle. Just to do some different levels. And then maybe we'll do a little bit of single player. Mental 36. Tosmer. Vinny's on Team Ketchup. Well, I like both. I really do think that both have their own specific uses. Mayo can be used in conjunction with a number of things, and it goes really good on certain sandwiches and certain burg, but not everyone likes mayo. Sometimes mayo is repulsive to people. Then you have ketchup, which is great with fries, great with all kinds of shit, great on burg, great on hot dogs. But you can, you know, ketchup is kind of cheap. Like, some people consider it to be too cheap. Some people make spaghetti sauce with ketchup, which is fucking disgusting. You know, and if you fuck up the steak, then you dip it in ketchup. Like, that's the joke. So there's a lot of times when ketchup is used to cover the taste. I mean, I'm already shit with this weapon, but trying to do up close and personal with it is a huge mistake. Dear God. I need to find a better vantage point than, say, none at all. Yeah! I will eventually get a kill with it. And then I'm gonna switch to the Tri-Slosher and never look back. Jesus fucking Christ, I suck! Yes, sir! We lost. Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah. Yeah, I really tried to use some of the sniper rifles in this game. It's not for me. Vinny, the gun is shit, not you. I think it's a little bit of both, and it's also my, like, lack of skill with any of the sniper rifles. So, it was worth a shot. And now let me find out what this Tri-Slosher is all about. Apparently the meta is this gun. Well, this weapon. And apparently all the pros are using this. I was also trying to shoot beyond my range, which is, yeah, that's a problem. I guess I thought it had a longer range than it actually did. I mean, look at that. That looks kind of awesome. Tri-Slosh versus Tri-Slosh. Damn it, Andy. Okay, I don't really know the range. Oh wow, 2 hits. Mine. Yep, it's amazing. Yeah, I really like this weapon. This is gonna be one of my mainstays. I can see it now. Fuck yeah. No aim, no brain, must be a bucket main. That's amazing. You think they're gonna nerf this thing? $14 kills? What? Oh, they had... Dude, there was a fucking AFK on their team. They already nerfed it? Yeah, they did a good job. You can tell. He wasn't AFK, he just had 0 kills? Come on. I'm gonna take it with me into ranked. Let's see what happens. They nerfed the special requirement a little bit. Yeah, but that's not really... That's not enough. That's like spaghetti with ketchup. I almost did the exact same thing I did before. I need you guys to clear away from me. Get that shit out the way. No aim, no brain, must be a bucket main. Jesus Christ. As cheap as that was, so it wasn't really even cheap, it was just an unfortunate series of events for the enemy team.
I know what you can do. Hello there. It's me, the Colonel. Why don't you just get in the bucket? Ah, come on, there's a little paprika, a couple herbs and spices in that bucket. And if you just get in the bucket will sell you. You make a lot of families real happy around now Christmas time. Toss you around, put you in the deep fry. But it's real good in the bucket. It's real good in the bucket.
I like that there's a couple thousand people here who have no idea what that's a reference to. Myself included. I don't remember what it's from anymore. Was it me telling, a bird person from... It was Zelda, right? It was Breath of the Wild, and it was... Was it a Rito? Or was it started with Rivali in Breath of the Wild. Okay, yeah, I was basically telling him that he was chicken, and he needed to get in the bucket. Actually, I thought it was from Animal Crossing at first. Boy. Scheisse, if I aim down a little bit. I'm not sure I love the bucket for this particular game mode, but yeah, there's no denying that this is a beastly weapon. Probably use a couple nerves, which is plural of nerf, of course. Boy. Getting tense again. Yeah, there's a real nice knockback. Shit. I've moved too far away from the bucket. God, that's good. They got in the bucket. Right now, they do new maps, just when I'm about to stop playing the multiplayer. The reef... Oh, wait, sturgeon and port mackerel. Okay, let me try... Let me do, like, one more match with the Octo Brush, because I was kind of really enjoying that. And then single player for a little bit. This game is horrendously addictive. Like, super, super addictive. And yet, still no... salmon run. Come with me, lads. I'll forge a path for all of us. This mode's fun. Oh, fuck! Ran out of ink at the exact wrong moment. Bad. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. About to use my special. I actually used my special for about 0.5 seconds. like the sub-weapon for this.
I saw you. I seen you.
Yeah, I'm still kind of... I like the brush a lot. I'm going to use it more. I'm still kind of figuring out how it works. Like, the best things to do when you have it. Because it's such incredibly short-ranged. That was an amazing escape that squid just made. I'm astounded at how well that squid escaped. Great, two assholes on a jetpack attacking each other. We gotta play a tight game. We gotta play a tight game. I don't know what that really means, but we gotta play it. It's gotta be played real tight if we're gonna win. Real tight. And they're fucking... They're real close to winning, too. Shit. Dawn of the final moments. We're in overtime. We can't afford to lose control. Just like... But David Bowie, the man who sold the world, can't afford to lose control. Fuck. Wasn't tight enough. This Octo Brush looks like something the Greyjoys would wield. Alright, one more multiplayer. One more. Maybe we'll get the other map. Dawn of the Planet of the Squids. Rise of the dawn. Of the planet. Of the land. Of the world. Of the squids. There we go, one more. Always one more, come on. This is me we're talking about. I have no self-control. Just like the man who sold the world. I'm detecting large quantities of failure in this region, Captain. Oh, is that a Tri-Slosher? Well, how does the rhyme go? No aim. Get maimed. Bad team, no memes, must be a dirty fleeb. Must be a bad stream.
Yeah, mate.
You can you up. Get out of here. Bad teams, no wins, must be a Vinesauce stream. Wins doesn't rhyme with team. How about like bad sad team, bad memes must be a Vinesauce stream. Man, after winning all those matches in a row, this is not a way I wanted to end this. Bad team, crushed dreams. Bad memes, crushed dreams. Must be a Vinesauce stream. Alright. No more, one more. Let's just do some single player. I could probably do like 2 or 3 levels. So how are you guys? How's everything? I'd say there's like a 70% or 65% I'm doing well ratio from what I can see. How are you? How am I? How am I? How am I? Who am I? Is the question. Who am I really? What am I doing on this planet? Oh shit, Octolings. Mini Zapfish. I forgot that there were, like, levels like this in Splatoon 1. I guess I'm okay. I mean, it's been a while since I invented a new meme. How good could I be? It's been a while since I've seen Star Wars Episode 1. How good could I be? Get out of here, Octoling. Oh, apparently there's a new map just for Splatfest that's happening. So, this weekend, Splatfest. But there's also a brand new map that they're doing only for the Splatfest. It's kind of cool. This game could use a couple more maps. Also, I'm really not really a huge fan of the rotating maps. I mean, maybe a pool of 3 or 4 maps would make it a little bit better. But yeah, 2 gets old if you're playing them for a couple hours. It's like, And I understand the reasoning behind it. I don't really particularly care for artificial, you know, scarcity. One left. Nintendo is artificial scarcity. That should be the company's motto. Anyway, yeah, before I get the last Zapfish, I'm gonna make sure I have everything. There's still 2 hidden things on the level. I just have to find them. Some things are hidden in ink. Oh, really? Collect can of tuna. Receive special. There's a lot of fucking ink to check, though. You know what? I would assume if it will be anywhere, it would be here. Oh shit. Yep. Okay, one more. Tough Octoling. Dead Octoling. Oh, that would be, yep, that's the spot right there. Got it. Got everything. Level complete. How is Splatoon 2 so far? I think Splatoon 2 is great. I've talked about some of its problems. It's got a couple, but I love it. I think it is better than Splatoon 1, just from a, you know, content standpoint. Like, there's just more things, but all the little improvements. I wish there were a couple more improvements on some things, but it's good. And it's been 2 years since I played the original Splatoon. I didn't, like, keep up with it for a very long time, maybe a couple months. So a lot of it feels kind of fresh, if you'll pardon the pun. Net the freshest gear around. Get the abilities you've always dreamed about. Catch a sick case of herpes. Or catch crabs. Orders will be fulfilled by that weird kid with the spiky hair. Interested? Send inquiries to Annie. So, Cloud. Speaking of, I still don't have the Cloud amiibo that my brain tells me I need. Though I'm quite positive I don't need it. Salmon Run alone, I think, is a really great addition, but there still could have been a couple of... There could have been more things to differentiate this from Splatoon 1, but if you've never played Splatoon 1, don't even hesitate. Just go get this. If you have a Switch, it's great. If you have played Splatoon 1, it depends on how big of a fan of the first game you were. Those are nice graphics. He rises from the piss. Born again like a phoenix. Octo Samurai. Oh god. Oh god. Wait, are you riding a unicycle? Wait, what? This boss is amazing. This is really, really stupid. And I love it. Reminds me of something, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh, shit. Gotta get that fat tentacle. Or, oh, it reminds me of, the fucking... I guess it shouldn't, but... The dude from, oh, what game is it? Yooka-Laylee? The killer... The main boss of Yooka-Laylee? Capital B. Oh, God. I think it's just the body type. I don't think it's anything to do with the character itself. It could be just the skinny legs and swole. King Hippo from Punch-Out. Oh yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Its weak point reminds me of Xbox, because it's a big green glowing X. I saw that and I was just like, oh no, he's not coming around again. Yeah, he's coming around again. Come on. I don't like that pose. I don't like that pose. Some sneaky's happening. Mother of fuck. Okay, I got it. I got it. Rule of 3. That should be it. It's a tiny little squid soul trapped in the ink. That soul can never get to heaven now. It's gonna go to squid hell where it's just put into calamari over and over and over again. It's really quite sad. I hear the squid soul, like 1% of it was put in the Squid of Killers. That was kind of insane. Great work, Agent 4. Maybe it's just me, but the Octarian bases feel like they've been given a feminine touch. Maybe they've got a new decor? Ruh. No. Huh? The radio's on the fritz. I swear I just changed the batteries in this thing.
Actually, there's likely radio interference in Octo Canyon. All the junk around there is probably giving off electrostatic. See, a lot of the consumer products use a frequency called the C-Pod band. Microwave ovens are prime culprits. In fact, my micro... You're breaking up, Sheldon. I'm going through a tunnel in an elevator.
I wonder when Nintendo, like, or whoever came up with this concept for Splatoon, I wonder if it started with the ink or the squids. Like, was someone like, we need squids in a modern world? Or was it more like, listen, what if we make a game kind of like Mario Sunshine, but instead of cleaning it, you make a mess? And it'll be like a shooter. It started with the ink? Oh, okay. So that's confirmed then. That answers my question. Isn't it nice? Isn't the internet great? Even 20 years ago, you could ask that question, well, a little longer than 20, let's say 25, and you would never know unless you found the proper book or TV show on the affair. Or, one of your friends could tell you that dogs couldn't look up. And unless you... Alright, but let's... maybe not that one. Anyway, one of your stupid friends could be like, yeah, nah, mate.
Yeah, mate, yeah, Castlevania 3, you can play as Dracula, mate.
You know, like any information that you wanted to verify, you'd have to either do it yourself, or you'd had to, you know, like look it up in a book. And like, your friends that would just lie and make stuff up, just to, like, to seem like they knew what the fuck they were talking about, would probably be right, and they could argue, unless you shoved a book in their face, they could argue that their point was correct. But now you can just go on your phone, and within 20 seconds you can have confirmation that the information that they gave you was bunk. I had a lot of fun. I mean, when you're young, that's just, that's just how it is, I guess. People lie. But I had a lot of friends that knew everything, and were later proven to be very, fond of lying. I know, I get it. Lying can be addictive because, you know, it's just the answer to, like, to steal a bit from Louis C.K. It's the answer to every one of life's problems. But, you know, you shouldn't do that. It's not good. Don't do that. One of the reasons, the Ocarina of Time Triforce rumors spread like wildfire was because a lot of people actually had to try it themselves. Like, internet was still just kind of becoming a thing. So if one of your classmates told you that there was a unicorn fountain and you had to bomb every gossip stone in Hyrule, either you had Nintendo power or you did that. Or you had both. And you just tried it anyway because it seemed legit. If you lie, you go to hell, then you die. From a certain perspective, from my point of view, that is correct. And the Jedi are evil, of course, but yeah. So there's 12. What number am I up to? There is white ink in this world. I like that white ink has taken almost a mythical kind of status. White, there it is, I see it. White ink is legendary. And finally, now it exists. That was good. I have to get closer to the white ink. There's some over there, too. How the fuck did you get over there? The internet has become a huge equalizer. I mean, there's a lot of people here under 20 and probably are unaware of a world without internet. And I'm not saying that to put you down, but I remember, okay, my friend Frank, growing up, used to lie to me. We used to both talk about space a lot. And we used to have these little arguments from time to time about certain aspects of the cosmos. Let's just say the cosmos. Millions and billions and billions. And Frank would run out of things to say because Frank wasn't, well, Frank didn't like to learn. Frank wasn't very smart. I don't want to put it, that sounds really shitty of me to say that, but it's true. He was left back. And he didn't really put a lot of effort into learning how to do anything. So, in conversation, you know, we would run out of things to say to each other, and that would turn into, there's the white ink. That would turn into him just making stuff up. And I remember I had a space book, and I used to know about, like, certain facts, and he would tell me when, like, space shuttles were launching, and they weren't. He tried real hard, bless him. He tried. You want a space book? They're not hard to find. Probably find space books everywhere. At the Natural History Museum in New York, there's tons of space books. But yeah, like he would make up moons and tell me he knew all the moons of Saturn, and he'd just make up names. It was really kind of funny, and I played along because I was a dumb shit. And I also I didn't want to hurt his feelings. Sometimes I would call him out, though. And now cell phones. You can't be that kind of guy anymore. You cannot be that kid. You cannot be Frank. I mean, you could try, but socially, you'll just get like... You'll just get like the people's elbowed back into shape. You know? At all times, socially, we are doing things and sending signals of what is acceptable or not. Okay, that's weird. You're always kind of like sending little approving or disapproving signals. I mean, in chat, you just call me a motherfucker. So that's not really very much of a signal. It's not subtle, but it's still a social thing. And if you're the kid in class who's like making shit up for bonus points and like trying to make up rumors about Breath of the Wild and getting the Triforce in Breath of the Wild, that doesn't exist anymore. You know, you can't make up rumors about Zelda because the internet exists. Anyway, I just want to unlock all the levels first. I think I got them, right? Frank was the dude that freaked out because he thought a cop was onto him, and then he became a cop and a hot dog. That is correct. Yeah, Frank became a hot dog. Yeah, Frank was at a Burger King one time, and he, and I freaked out too, but he freaked out worse. He ate, you know, he smoked some of them weeds, and he saw cops pulling in, and he started, like, he was thinking about driving away at full speed, and then he was thinking about abandoning the car and just running through people's, like, backyards. Because he thought he was for sure gonna get nailed because he had weed in the car. He was going to abandon his car. Let me repeat that. He was going to abandon his car because he had half a joint in his car. And he was gonna start running and jumping over fences. That was a pretty intense freak. He got me freaked the fuck out too. I started getting nervous. Oh god. Oh god, get this away from me. Get this shit. What are you? Oh, I hate it. I hate it. And there was also the time that Frank ate a full lit joint. Frank smoked a lot of weed. But then again, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You know, when I was 17, 18, 19, I was along for the ride just as much as he was. Not as, no, you know what, that's not true. Nowhere near as much, but I definitely partook. And, that's awesome. And, yeah, he just basically inhaled, he fucking inhaled a lit, massive, like, I think it might have, oh, I missed the thing I wanted to get. What was that anyway? He fucking inhaled that thing because he was for sure convinced that a cop was driving by in the car. Oh wait, no, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it. I went back here. It's awesome. Everything's awesome. So he thought that the car that was coming towards us at night was a cop car. He was sure of it. Fucking ate the thing It was just unbelievable. It was, no one could believe it. Actually, it was a blunt. It was a blunt. If you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, well, it's used, a blunt involves, and I don't recommend this, kids, keep that in mind. You know, of course, you want to be good Christian children. Unless it's legal in your state, in which case, boy, that's confusing. How the fuck do you explain weed to your kids if it's illegal in some states and not in others? Jesus, fuck. I don't envy any new parents. But anyway, what were we saying? Right. Ate a full lit blunt, and then, instead of a cop car, it was just a Range Rover. Oh, that was just armor. Okay. Frank also thought he was dying one time. I guess he smoked too much and he was convinced that he was having a heart attack. And I'm not saying I've never been there before, because, you know, paranoia is part of the game. But the way he did this was like, Vin, you have to take my keys and you have to drive me to a hospital right now. I'm dying. I was like, Frank, you are ruining my night. What are you doing, Frank? What are you doing, man? And he was fine. No, he lived, and he... So Frank did not die that night. Instead, he became a hot dog. I think he sold weed for a while, too, and now he's one of New York's finest. He is a police officer. Also, I'm not going to tell you if Frank is his real name or not. But who really died that night? I just really want those caps up there. One of the reasons Frank and I stopped talking. I mean, there were 1,000 reasons, and I don't really think it was a great friendship to begin with. It wasn't very healthy. let's at least say that. A serial liar, plus a dude that would, you know, like sell weed and pills. I think later on. That's not really, yeah. But one of the reasons we stopped talking is because he really got off on the power of being a cop. This fucking blows. I try one more time. One more time to get this. He used to tell me how, you know, like how good it felt to bust people. And, how he really enjoyed, like, doing drug busts because, you know, it looked good for him, and the sergeant would really like the drug busts. And I'm thinking to myself, you are, like, he would tell me stories of how he would bust, like, kids just walking down the block because he would suspect them of having weed, and he knew they had weed because he used to do the same thing. I no longer care about that. Wow, that fucking sucks. Trying to get that is a nightmare. I hate it. But no, he would genuinely get off. I don't want to say the word hypocrite, but he would genuinely get off on busting, like, teenagers with a little bit of weed. And I used to remember, like, all the times he would say, "Fuck the police," and how they were ruining kids' lives just because of a little weed. That was pretty much, yeah. And then he ended up having a kid, and, you know, Jesus, that kid's gotta be like 10 now. Fuck. people grow up, Vinny. Yeah, I don't know if this is about growing up, though. This is a dude who got a thrill out of asserting power over people. I also went to school with a cop who ended up getting himself into a lot of trouble. Some of you may have heard the story. I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was a big famous story, and I went to school. Anyway, point is, this was a cop who all his friends would say he really just enjoyed asserting dominance. And the funny thing is, no, it's not that famous. Maybe, you know what? Maybe never mind. People are putting names in the chat. I don't want to do that. But let's just say there was a situation that got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of coverage. And I can tell you that the people that knew him, people that I spoke to that were like close with him, would say that he really just enjoyed being like putting a gun in people's mouths and just like hurting people. Now, I'm not saying all cops are like this. That's not the case. I also have a couple cop friends, because a lot of people in New York became cops because it's a good job. I have a couple cop friends that are just wonderful human beings that want to help people. But in the case of a couple of my friends, in the case of a couple of people that I, let's say, knew, they were picked on, and they figured the best way to get power so that they could assert their dominance over other people was to become a police officer. And that, in some ways, that wasn't entirely frank, but it was also, it was part of it. You know, he got nailed a number of times, spent a couple nights in jail because of, like, weed, and then, you know, ended up doing the same thing to people. I missed lore? Okay. I guess there was a time in my life, like, I've moderated things before, you know. There was a time in my life where that was appealing to some small degree, but it was never, after it wore off, it was just like, ugh. Who the fuck would want this job? I can't imagine. I cannot imagine being in any kind of law enforcement. Like, I have to give those people credit that don't, you know, if you're law enforcement and you're a good police officer, you're still treated like shit. And it's still a tough job, and you do risk your life. And yeah, there are shitheads. We know about that. We know a lot about that. But just being able to do that job and not feel like garbage when you wake up is astounding to me. It's fucking... yeah, I don't know. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. There's no real way to control this. I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff on this level, I would imagine. Wait, can I go over there? Oh wait, I started over there, right? I already missed the lore, so I'm imagining I'm gonna miss the weapon part as well. I'll just join Weed Patrol. You made the chat into trash. Well, it's a shame I can't talk about a serious topic and have people go into fucking trash mode. Or, argument mode, instead of being able to see other people's points and understand them, and just respectfully disagree. But, you know. Hey, here's a better topic. Doge or John Cena? What's the better meme? Chat fix. Oh, at least I got this thing. Oh well. Hello, fellow childrens. Someone said that this music sounds like Rugrats. It kinda does. Alright, so that's about all I can do for streaming tonight. Probably upgrade my weapon soon. 800. It seems like enough for an upgrade. But yeah, that's the stream. Why don't we take a look? Why don't we take just a look, just a peek, just a quick look at the art. We get shit mode on deep topics because we come here to escape that shit. Understood, understood. And I'm not here to preach, which I don't think I did. I think I pretty much was very fair about the topic, and I try not to bring too much of that stuff. But, you know, I mean, every now and then, man, I'm only human, you know. If I'm remembering Frank Weed stories and I get angry that he was busting skulls because his skull was busted, I mean, that's a lesson to be learned, I think. Maybe not for anyone else, but for me. Like I said, I'm here to do that. I'm here to make you guys enjoy video games, make you enjoy video games, and Ringo MS Paint art, and also a little bit of shitty memes and some bad jokes from time to time. But, you know, every now and then, like when Bowie died, that was one of those days where I needed to go into the other channel and like just have a serious discussion for a little bit. But, you know, I won't do it. I'll try not to ruin your night. Then again, just me becoming a robot is how you ruin one's night.